next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain flings. Add Gain scent beads for an even longer lasting scent.
Warning, the show you're about to hear has been prepared by some of the best talent in the industry we could get. For the money. Do not attempt this at home. Doing so would only expose just how useless and brainless these people really are.
1, 2, 3, 4. Are you ready?
Because if we didn't get him a job, he'd probably be dead. It's the Stansberry Show. Rock 1069.
Hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
You know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby!
H. Feely goes on, dun, dun, then backwards, dun, dun, dun. Paul Stanley goes, oh yeah! And Peter Chris is going, crazily.
If you rob a store, you can fully expect to be shot.
You can't do stupid stuff. I am sober and rarely drink alcohol.
You need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your boyfriend.
And everybody help me say the sinner's prayer safely.
2 security guards framed me for masturbating in the restroom. Something I did not do.
Oh, my man! Melinda Brown Duckin, baby!
Chicken's done every day, people at churches, Popeyes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
He assaulted me with the chicken.
Yo, we depict the thumbs up as a
Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't back.
If he were habitual homosexuals, then by all means, take a hike.
You just get spit right out of him.
As long as I have the queer community that sees me for my truth, I'm gonna be okay.
Quebec! I like women! Women!
We didn't have tornadoes here until we started putting into traffic circles.
Speed demons are a tyranny that's plaguing the streets of our city.
Because on the counter, you want to know why? That when people go round and round in circles, it causes disturbance in the atmosphere and causes tornadoes.
We need more cops to stop those speed demons.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. You have to wear a seatbelt when you're driving. And pretty soon we're going to be calling this country.
Unbelievably stupid.
I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying.
We need to go back to like taking women out of the workforce. Surround yourself with smart, talented people.
Well, you ain't seen nothing, my friend, until you have a flame coming out of your butthole and you need an asbestos diaper to be able to keep that flame from burning a hole in your pants.
My wife had my weed in her purse, and the mother cop took it. It was only like 4 grams, but it was really good weed.
Yeah, man, you just an unlucky dude.
Don't hate on prostitution, because guess what? It's been going on since before humans, man, and you don't even know about it.
Now I'm gonna wrap it up.
I quit this bitch.
On a big station.
Rock 1069.
Bye!
We had put women back in the kitchen.
Have a great Friday, you motherfucker!
Welcome to Friday morning on the Sands. Show. We're on Rock 1069. We're online for you too at WRQK.com. I got STP tickets for you this morning. We'll get those passed out at 8:45. That my final pair of the week on those. Live's on that show. Soul Asylum too. September Blossom. I'll get you in this morning. You can text the studio always at 330-450-7625. I can be found on your socials at The Stansberry Show. And there's always the microphone talkback button on iHeartRadio as well. We got a lot to get to this morning, including Odell Beckham Jr. and his mother have caused some waves there as OBJ posted some photos. This was him posting these photos of he and his mother together. And apparently this is going to be a little bit of an issue here because, well, he has posted his mother. Well, she's not wearing a whole lot. She's got a see-through top on, and he edited the photos so he could put them up on Instagram and is now wondering why everybody's, raising an eyebrow. You can see her breasts clearly. He has, again, put a little lightning bolts over the part you're not supposed to show anybody. And, you see a lot of people on his, in his comments who want to support OBJ, like saying, why can't Mom Dukes be sexy? Okay, well, I guess my question is, why does a woman have to have her breasts out to be sexy? If he's walking down the street with his dad and then his testicles are hanging out, everybody talking about how dad can't be sexy? Like, come on. This is inappropriate. That's his mother, for crying out loud. Dude, if you can stand next to your mother with her breasts out, areola showing, and you're not throwing up in your hands, there's something wrong with you. Like, I'm just telling you, man, there is something wrong with that. Like, honestly, the fact that I just even had to say it. Like, oh my God, I got that awful visual now of my mom taking her nightgown off. And like, luckily, oh God, I don't even want to see it. See, that's the reaction you should have. Anytime your mother's like, hey, I'm not wearing a whole lot, you need to be in the other side of the goddamn country for that. That is, I don't get it. If your mother's got cancer and you're helping her in and out of the bathtub, fine, whatever. But like, she's wearing $5,000 pants. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to wear $5,000 pants, cover up your breasts not at all, and not have people looking at you like you're the weirdo when you're walking down the street with your son. That one's a bizarre one. We'll get there. We will definitely talk about that a little bit. We also apparently have another fake news story coming out of the NFL. We have an NFL owner who's saying, hey, the NFL network is lying to you. They're trying to sell the NFL network, but currently the owners still own it. And so now we have an NFL owner trashing his own product, their own news division. He's trashing it, telling you, no, this is irresponsible, fake news, which is how we know it isn't. Like, nice try, Woody Johnson. Nice try, buddy. There is trouble in Jets land, and we'll get to that, and we'll get to how comfortable everybody is now telling you, oh, fake news. Now the media just lied. So I guess what I'm going to say to Woody Johnson is, dude, don't undermine the media. Don't threaten my democracy by undermining the legitimacy of my media. What are you doing? Don't threaten my democracy like that. Don't do that. So we'll get to that coming up at 9 a.m. Also, this is going to be a big question this morning. Where the hell is Diddy? Seriously, it's sex trafficking they think this guy did. They have raided multiple homes. They've got multiple people on record saying this is what's happening here. And it's just, sorry, his private jet is off the flight tracker sites. Oh yeah, you're allowed to do that occasionally, and we don't know where he is? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what's happening here? Something's going down with this Diddy situation. It kind of feels like they have him in the secure location. They don't want to tell you they have him in custody already because somebody somewhere is getting their story right. It kind of feels like that to me. I guess I could be wrong, but where the hell is Diddy? Now LeBron is being thrust into this. Now, I don't think he had much to do with it, if I'm honest. This is one of those things now with Diddy where every single person who's ever taken a photo with him, they're like, look, he knew. Look, oh my God, this person. And it's like, guys, celebrities take photos together. Celebrities will sometimes have drinks together when they run into each other at a restaurant. Sometimes things like that will happen. I've said it before. There are plenty of people who listen to this show every day that are, I would imagine, horrific. You know how many people I have had to take, not had to, that I've been lucky enough to take a photo with in my 25-year radio career? It's a lot of them. Am I now co-signing everything that person ever did because I took a photo with them? Of course not. That's a ridiculous way to stack up that math. But you're seeing a lot of people distance themselves from Diddy now. Patrick Mahomes scrubbed all of his tweets out, to Diddy. He scrubbed them all yesterday. People are trying to cover their ass here, and I'd like to know where the hell the man is. This is sex trafficking charges. He's one of the most famous people on the planet, and we were tracking his goddamned private jet. So, can you tell me where he is, please? Because I'd kind of like to know that. So we'll figure that out coming up at 8 o'clock. Also at 7, Sean Strickland, UFC fighter, known for saying some wild things. More than a few of his comments are in the Friday audio reel you just heard. We need to get women back in the kitchen. That was Sean Strickland. He has said plenty of unpopular things over the years, and he's now in a battle of words, war of words, if you will, with the Navy SEALs. He's calling them weak. He says their training isn't anywhere near as hard as his, and now a former Navy SEAL is like, you know what, buddy? I think there's a way we could solve this problem. And he's calling Sean Strickland. Now, we got some audio on that. And coming up at 7 o'clock, I'm going to play that for you guys right here on The Stansberry Show.
Give Stansberry a piece of your mind. Use the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app and let him know just how wrong he is. It's just wrong.
8:45. I'm going to get you into STP this morning. My final pair of those tickets. Show's got live on it too. The Jubilee Tour, September at Blossom. We'll get you in. All right. I've been asked about this a couple of times, and I meant to fold it into the program over this last week, and I just had forgotten. So I was like, all right, well, tomorrow's Friday. I'll shoehorn this one in. And you're going to have to forgive me here because I don't have a whole lot of experience in this. But there is something happening at a major retailer in this country that has people beside themselves over the last couple of days. We just recently got our location of this retailer. Talking Costco. Now, I remember when they were building that Costco that we have, not far from where I'm doing the show right now, actually. They were in other people's parking lots getting people signed up for the memberships. And I was like, is it this big of a deal? It's this big of a deal? And then I went there. Like, it's not the goddamn Gemini. It's a plastic card so I can buy celery. What the hell are we talking about? Really? And so she's like, well, do it online and it'll be faster. And I was in the middle of my move there, and like the address, it didn't like what it was attached to my debit card, and it was like, we're shutting down this transaction of you trying to get your membership card. So I still don't have my Costco membership card, right? I still don't have it. But apparently, one of the things people have loved at Costco forever has been this hot dog combo that they have. And apparently it's a $1.50 hot dog and drink combo, which is an amazing deal. You hear about shrinkflation all of the time. People have done this. They have kept going to Costco to measure to make sure it's the same size as it's always been. Now, they have, from what I understand, changed the hot dog carrier over the years. I believe back in the day, Costco was using Hebrew National, which is honestly, when golf courses use Hebrew National, I'm normally getting a dog at the turn. It's like, okay, yeah, those are really, really good. I want one of those, right? And so from what I understand, that Costco had been using those forever. And then, like they have for a lot of other things, apparently they have built their, like, Kirkland hot dog factory, and now they've been producing the hot dog. That's at least according to USA Today. That's what I'm reading there. And of course, that makes all the sense in the world. A lot of people in the golf world will kind of like, make fun of the Kirkland, golf club, although I've heard great things about the golf balls themselves. So apparently now, in order for you to get the $1.50 hot dog and drink combo, you will actually have to be a Costco member to take advantage of that. And people are like, that's not right, you shouldn't do that. Now, I know so little about Costco that I was under the impression I was going to have to be a member to be able to buy that anyway. If I need my Costco membership to go in to buy anything else, why would I not need it to take advantage of the inexpensive food court? Because that's a pretty good deal, if we're honest, that hot dog and that drink. Now, it's been that price, I believe, since 1985. And again, the shrinkflation thing's not really happening with it. I've seen a million influencers around the country like, no, we got the tape measure out. Now we're going to measure this. Then we're going to the parking lot. We'll measure mine. Right? Like, there's so much of that. But, like, people have been doing that. And so, to the best of my knowledge, it has stayed the same length and girth. And since, like, 1985. And yet the price is still the same. So, I honestly think, yeah, kick the non-members out. Because you've been providing a hell of a deal here to people all of these years. It's a loss leader, I would imagine. Most of you, I'm sure, know what a loss leader is. Some of you I know will not. So what that is, hey, this is this price. And you can tell, like, they're taking a beating on that. But now you're in here. Like, a lot of times diapers will be a loss leader. They'll advertise the price. There's not a really big margin there, but you're in the store and now it's another $100 that you got in your cart because you're walking around to buy those. That's what a loss leader is. It pulls you in. They advertise the product they don't make a ton of money on in the hopes that you're going to buy something else, right? And that's the fastest way to say it. And so if they want to continue to offer it for the price at a great deal, then you got to limit how many people you're giving that deal to, right? And so if I was the CEO, I'm going to make it about the memberships. By the way, people are like, well, you know, they were making a ton of money on that in 1985. Look at the markup of soda. Well, yeah, it's a company's business model to turn a profit. I'll say this until you put me in the ground. Nobody goes into business to break even. No one goes into business to break even. You're looking to make money. That's how you employ other people. That's how you pay taxes. That's how a lot of things get done. Now, I should never brought taxes up. The rich don't even pay their taxes. This idiot. Rich don't do it. Don't worry. Come November, we're going to make sure. All right. I do like people are going to be on me about some stuff. But like that is literally how that goes down. And so I think, yeah, absolutely. If there's a membership involved in this thing, then get the hell out of here. Then kick the people out who don't have a membership so you can continue to offer the members the deal. So yes, they were making a lot of money on that deal back in 1985. However, they've been continuously offering it to you, and I don't think there's any way you're making money on $1.50 today. I can't imagine. Now, on the soda end of it a little bit, it's like, yeah, man, to fill those bags and to do all of that, to have the soda coming out of the gun or the machine there, I can't imagine it's going to be a whole lot. But let's take a look at the membership pricing. 1985, $25, which in 85 money, I'm sorry, that's 1983. 1983, it was $25. In 83, that's a decent amount of money. Like, that's a decent amount of money. In 2017, this is the last number I've seen here, it's 60. I think when I went to go do it, it was about $100. But again, if that $100 gets me my card, and I'm rounding up there, I honestly don't have it pulled up in front of me. If that gets me my card, and I get a really good deal on the things in there, and I get access to a lunch for $1.50, that's worth that price to me. That is absolutely worth that price. And it just goes to show you that's why memberships work at stores. You know, they say that if somebody uses a business and they have a fantastic experience there, there's only like a 35% chance they're coming back. If they come a second time and they have a pretty good experience, there's only like a 45% chance they're coming back a third time. But they say once you get them the third time, you have them forever. Now they're a creature of habit. Now they've understood this is where I want to be, and you have them forever, which is why membership cards are becoming more and more popular amongst CEOs of retailers, because they're trying to create you don't need anybody else. You're a member here. You keep coming here. And so like you used to shop at like 4 or 5 different places. Now it's like, nah, man, you're a member. You come here. You belong with us. You're in this crowd. It's the cool kids table, man. Don't you see? We gave you the card that's in your pocket.
Don't blame the station. We expected you to cancel him by now.
Well, my horoscope said that I shouldn't assume responsibility for anybody but myself.
The Stansberry Show on Rock 106.9.
8:45 this morning. Let's get you into STP. The show's got live on it, too. The number you'll need at 8:45 is 330-450-7625. Now, you can text that number throughout the program, and plenty of you have this morning as we've been talking about Costco. They said the other day, apparently, that this will actually change, I believe, on the eclipse day, the 8th of April, where the $1.50 hot dog and soda there will only be available for their Costco members. Apparently, non-members have been able to just kind of go in and take advantage of the food court and they're going to change that a little bit. You're going to have to be a member to get that deal. I'm surprised it hasn't been like that. Let's talk about that for a little bit. As, everybody always talks, oh, greedy CEOs, they ruined my whole life. They've allowed people to just buy that without joining their little club at a really good deal since 1985. I'm surprised this wasn't a thing forever. No, dude, we have memberships and our pricing. This is what I mean to say. I'm surprised the hot dog and drink combo hasn't been $7 for everybody, and then for a member, it's $1.50 to get you to buy the membership. I'm almost surprised that wasn't the thing. And I don't know the entire history since, 85 to now. Maybe they tried that once or twice. It doesn't appear to be the way. But we've been kind of talking about that. Tim is a daily listener of mine who I believe his wife actually works at Costco. He kind of has some behind the, scenes info, and he's talking about the memberships there. And I looked this up, so you can get him at, I said, the memberships, it goes back to 1983. I think it started at $25, I think what we saw. And then 2017, it was $60. And I said, well, if memory serves, I think now there's memberships around $100. So I looked this up, Costco.com/join, and they have 2 memberships offered here at the website. If they have more than that in store, I apologize, but right here, you can be a Costco Wholesale Gold Star member, and that's $60 per year. And you can get 100% satisfaction guarantee with that. You get 2 membership cards, you and somebody in your household there. You can shop online in the warehouses. Now, they also offer the Costco Wholesale Executive Member Card. That's the Costco Black Card, right? That's that one. Now, on top of everything we just said on the basic membership, you also get service discounts on some of their services, and you also get an annual 2% reward up to $1,000 on eligible Costco and Costco travel purchases. You don't know anything about their travel whatsoever. Like I said, I want to be a member here. I was. I tried to do it. There was an online thing, and ever since then, it won't allow me to do it online because it's like, you tried to do this once and this card is flagged. It's like, okay. So like I just kind of, I threw my hands up in the air and kind of gave up, if I'm honest. And the plan was then, it's like, okay, let them be open a little while. Let the, fanfare of it die down. I don't know what it is about chicken sandwich places and Costco's, but if you open those anywhere, man, it's like, here come all the influencers. Everybody make sure you wrap yourself around the block for 3 days. It's like, okay, I guess that's what we're doing with this. And so I've been kind of waiting for that to die down a little bit, and then I'm going to go back in and try to get my membership. It's a very convenient place for me to stop after work and like on my way. And I'd like to be a member. I'm not a member at any of those kind of places because there's a few of those business models, right? Sam's would be another one, I would imagine. Get ready to laugh at the low-hanging fruit, BJ's. So there's that one that they're out there too. But it does seem like Costco's like Suge Knight. You know what I mean? Like Devo, dude. Everybody else is on the beach cruiser running when they see him coming down the street. They feel that way to me. And I have no problem with them saying, no. Our really good deals are for our members. That's what we're trying to build here. And I have no problem with it. I have no problem with membership at golf courses. I have no problem with membership at stores. I understand what it is they're trying to do. Like I said, they're trying to get you to come back there versus trying any other retailer. Makes sense? That's what I would want to do too if I was the CEO of that place. I mean, I know what the reality of people listening to the radio is. All right, it's kind of annoying right now. Okay, I hate this song. They always play it. All right, let's go over here. What's he doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Back and forth, back and forth. I know the reality of that. I do it every day in the car too. Do I wish you weren't doing that? Well, yeah. Like, absolutely. Does my boss and does the corporate company wish that people didn't do that? Well, yes. And if we could create a way, like if they came in here to me and said, hey man, we got this great way that's going to make it harder for them to turn you off. Give it to me. What? Dude, give it to me. Don't even tell me about it. Just give it to me. Now what are we doing? So of course I understand what Costco wants to do there. And if they raise the price on the hot dog deal for me, the member, because they wanted to give it to the non-members, I'd be furious. This was my argument about cell phones forever. Like, it would make me crazy when I would pay my bill, and then you would turn on the TV, and it'd be like, hey, do you want to be a new customer of ours? Here's a brand new phone, and you don't pay for your service for 2 years, and we'll do this, and we'll repaint your house, and by the way, we'll probably, we'll get your mom a date, or whatever the hell it is for a new customer. Me, I've given you $175 at 24 for a hot dog and a soda is a pretty good deal. People are on me about soda. It's pop! Well, factually, I believe what it is soda pop. So I'm actually using the first word, not the second. And this is one of those things I said pop forever in my life. Forever in my life. And then I was about 20. And I was living in California. And I said pop once. And it was like a record scratch. And everybody in Los Angeles just turned and said to me, where'd you move from? Where'd you move from? And I just felt like a Midwest hick. And I was just like, oh, dude, they're looking at me like I should be wearing a 10-galloner. Stop. Dude, I got cities where I live, right? Like, I was like, dude, there's homeless people where I live. Don't make this about me being from a farm. I got people sleeping on grates at home just like you have here. I'm not a freaking cowboy, but they looked at me like that. And so ever since then, it's been soda every day since that.
By now, you're asking yourself, is he trying to be wrong?
You incinerating that I'm dumb?
The Stansberry Show.
Welcome back to the program. where I have apparently opened a massive can of worms here. We had been talking about Costco, and through that, the $1.50 hot dog and soda combo. And people started to get on me about the use of the word soda. And I do enjoy that. That's the word I use, since it's proper. Not that, you know, that's who I am, because I'm not. But like when I moved to California, people looked at me like I was a hillbilly. That was enough. I was like, all right, I'm out. All right, I'm out. Right? I'm from the Midwest, sure, but like, come on. You know what I mean? I'm from the concrete jungle. I'm not a farm kid. I don't know what the hell everybody's asking me about my cowboy hats and all that stuff. But like, they just did. They thought it was like one of the most rednecky things ever. I'll tell you another thing. The first time I went out to dinner with people in Los Angeles and I asked for a to-go box, people looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, is that not a thing? Do you guys is that not a thing? And they were like, geez, how much food do you people in the Midwest need? I was like, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know. I thought I was just supposed to take it with me. But they did. I remember when I first moved there, they'd shake their head at both those things. So many people on me about pop. Apparently, you guys enjoy that word more. And I get it. It is the term that most people in Ohio will use. Like in the South, they just call it Coke. Can I have a Coke? What flavor? Well, I think the original might do, right? But like now there's like 900 flavors of Coke. But like they just literally call everything Coke, especially in Atlanta, because that's where Coke is based. And so it's like, you know, if you want a Sprite, that you ask for a Coke and they ask you what kind of flavor you want. It was weird. I remember when I went to the Varsity in Atlanta and I was like, wait, what is going on? That was confusing. So they'll call it Coke down there. It seems like this region is more pop, and out in the West it's soda. Oregon was absolutely soda. They said it that way as well. Most people anyway. Now they had a bunch of weird language stuff. But I think pop is actually one of the worst words for the Midwest to use. It's not a great word for what I have always called the Cleveland accent. Now, our accents, you know, Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, whatever you want to call it, it's not as bad as Pittsburgh. Yin's going down. I like that one's like, Jesus, dude. Get back in the coal mine, dude, and then like block it off. Y'all get your asses in there, dude. Put the boulder in front of it, and you shall never be heard from ever again. Like that accent can get grate on you, but like that Ohio accent, that Northeast Ohio thing where it's like, it's like, oh my God, needles in the ears. Now, there are some people sound better with it than others, but that's not the best word for that. It just really kicks in that where you can just like, where you can hear the sauerkraut coming out of people's, you know, voice. It's like, oh my God, all right. That I play for you not once but twice every Friday. He says, we need to get women back in the kitchens. Oh, Sean, I don't know about that. Right? I don't know about that. But he has said plenty of wild things. Apparently about a month ago, he started calling out Navy SEALs and started talking about how the Navy SEALs, how the training's not as hard as everybody wants to tell you it is. And I remember you and I were just having a conversation about the SEALs, I think about a week ago, and I said, I'll tip my hat to anybody who made it through that training. I know a couple of guys I know one guy who did make it all the way through, who had been a SEAL. And I know plenty of people who tried, and they all said, look, man, I stayed in the military, did the whole thing, but like, that is a whole nother level there. And I said, I will respect somebody who went through that training because I don't believe I make it through. Like, I just don't. So Sean Strickland is out there telling everybody, oh, no. My training as a UFC fighter is going to be so much harder than that. They could never survive what it is I'm doing. Here's what Sean is.
I don't think there's one Navy SEAL who can survive.
Somebody put music underneath this. I hate when they do that.
But with me, training with me.
The weakest SEAL that has ever been created would...
Now this is the SEAL here responding back.
The weakest SEAL that has ever been created would destroy you in a street fight, as I would. There are no rules. We are fighting for our life. Every single time you went for an armbar or a choke or something like that.
It's a little past a street fight, but okay.
Those ugly ears sitting on the side of your head, I would rip off. If I needed to, I would run my thumb up your but
I'm sorry. What are we gonna do?
If I needed to, I would run my thumb up your but
we just found Diddy.
But it's okay because I'm a nice guy. I would lube it with tier 3.
Oh yeah, don't forget to drop your product line, Navy SEAL guy. Don't forget to plug your product line.
Before I did it, so it didn't hurt so bad. Where there's no no rules, where we don't have to worry about hitting you in certain areas, where there's no bells, when it's all about survival instinct, it'll be a different story for me.
Yeah, I'm on the SEAL side here, I think. I think sometimes, and I have seen this up close, as a matter of fact, outside of a bar called PT's in Las Vegas, and I'll tell you that story here in a little bit. A guy at a bar or a karate guy, and it's like, well, once you get close to a guy like that and you get your hands on him, most of their attributes are limited at that point. Ken Shamrock served time in prison, and maybe you're not. And that's a whole different ball game out there. I'm going with the SEAL over Strickland on that one.
He was the most hated man in America. And then Kanye came up.
This is a little PR drama. Now, Odell Beckham Jr., no stranger to causing some, people to freak out there. And he is definitely on the back nine of his career. As a matter of fact, he's probably teeing off on the 18th hole. And it's just about done for OBJ. Time comes for all man, right? That's gonna be a thing. But he has been a personality since he entered the league. Actually, that's not even really true. It took him a couple of years in the NFL, and then he started to come out of his shell a little bit. And then since then, he's been known to be a pretty wild personality. Remember? Well, we had him on the Browns for a while, right? And there was a little bit of that. You might remember he hated the quarterback so bad that, his dad started putting together tapes of how bad the quarterback was to try to get his son released. Wild times. Now, this is about Odell Beckham Jr.'s mother, not his father. Odell posted this on Hansberry Show. You can head there and check this out. He's walking with his mother. He has his arms around her. She's wearing what looks like leather pants. She has a jacket on, yes, but it's unzipped, open wide, and she has what looks like, I don't know, it's a see-through like tank top is what it looks like. I'm sure there's a name of that shirt that I don't know, but it is see-through. You can see her breasts, clear as day. Not only that, but you can see the areola, you can see everything. And I have some people tell me, oh, what the big deal of is there's lightning bolts over it. On the social media posts, there's lightning bolts over them because apparently he knows what the rules of Instagram is. He doesn't know what the rules of life are. I'm sorry, but we're getting a little too comfortable with our body and the body positivity. You should not be near your mother's breasts when they're exposed in this manner. Right? Absolutely not. Now he posts, I'm out with my mom and all this stuff. Most people thank the dear Lord, and his comments are like, OBJ, what are we doing here, buddy? Buddy, we can see this. What are you doing? But of course, it's the internet. And I tell you all the time, what makes it a dangerous place is, no matter what ridiculous thing you do that could be, you'll find people on the internet who are like, no, that's okay. You're not a pedophile, buddy. You're a minor attracted person. You're a map. You're not a pedophile. You're a map. You have found your group. That's the internet. That's the big problem with it, is that all the weirdos can go, oh, there's 10,000 more. Where did anybody say she's not? Why, Mom? See it, pig. We're more than this, pig. But when you want to support it, it's not like it's perfectly okay. This is her son. We're not even having the conversation about whether or not women should be topless just in public in general, because a man can mow the grass without his shirt on, right? We're not even having that stupid conversation. Judge me. We're getting a little too close to they're getting ready to start telling on themselves, I feel like. Right? I just feel like more and more people, and that's what I meant there, is people are getting ready to just be like, yeah, man, this is totally weird. And, but it's not, because this is the way my household has been forever. Are we just going to sit here and pretend that some parents don't have boundary issues with sexuality and their children? Am I really to believe that this woman wasn't walking around in front of him like this in his earlier years? Now, there are plenty of doctors who will tell you, dude, naked in front of your kids isn't really that big of a deal, depending on, and then there's an age.